What's up everyone, my name is Trey Overlord or Shape By The Way. I'm here today on Destiny, and something that came across my mind before the Taken King comes out. Now, we know there's going to be new exotics, new things, new weapons, possibly new legendary gear, and also new items as well too, and a new campaign. But what about new weapon types? I mean, we already got the new weapon type called a sidearm from the House of Wolves. Cause I used to use a Festian Dynasty, and I still don't have my Drake's Promise yet, but that doesn't mean I can still get it. And also, we got like somewhat a hybrid type, assault rifle, auto rifle hybrid type, a pulse rifle shotgun hybrid type Lord of Wolves. And this is like a shotgun that maybe look like a shotgun. I mean, it look like a pulse rifle when you shoot at it, but it's also a shotgun at the same time. It has like the short range. Very short range that not even the highest range could, not even the highest or medium range can take out an enemy, because this has a limited round range when you're dealing with a shotgun. But the whole point about this topic today is about talking about new weapon types. Like, are there gonna be SMGs or different variation between SMGs, like aka SMG PDW type weapon that's like a different name. What we already know is a machine gun heavy weapon type, if you already know. Like, you already know it's heavy as well, if you already know what I mean. But also, what about a different weapon or another grenade launcher? Like, it's gonna be SMGs, grenade launchers, maybe more types as well too, as in like anything else include there. Maybe a bow and arrow weapon type as well, or a sword. I might discuss something about the sword if I see that again in the next time we got a trailer. Right now, let's focus on the bow and arrow, the SMGs, and maybe the sword. SMG or PDW, and if I remember, the grenade launcher. Now, the SMGs. I mean, this should be the big topic that I should be talking about right now. Have you ever used the Atheon Epilogue before, or something else like the Monte Carlo? Can you think of anything like that? Now, the reason why I brought up the Atheon Epilogue and also the Monte Carlo, like these are like one of the two weapons that I know of that are fast fire rate weapons, or should I say has the fastest rate of fire ever used in Destiny. One of the fastest rate of fire ever used in Destinies. Even though there's other weapons as well too. This brought my attention, like, should there be SMGs, another variation like SMG types? And if you heard something in the background, that's like me fanning the microphone, because there's something flying around me and I hate that most likely a lot. Now, what I mean by this, you're talking about a fire rate that's like so maxed out that it has to be an SMG type. But not just that, because you have a limited amount of impact. Even though it's not good at long range, I mean, that's not good on the damage. However, the the magazine size, like Monte Carlo has a 36 magazine size when you use it at normal. However, if you have Field Scout, it has more capacity as well too. For Atheon's Epilogue, it doesn't need a Field Scout, or actually it has a Field Scout as well too. But look at how much size of the magazine it has. 70 at normal, maybe more at the max. But you're talking about a weapon that, these two weapons are fast fire rate weapons that are able to use and that could possibly melt. I mean, I'm making another video out of this, but could possibly melt in multiplayer simulator. That might be useful, but also deadly, because if these weapons are available or assisting, that they should have a purpose to be useful. Close range. Matter of fact, another purpose, not the name of all rifle, but the name of an SMG or PDW type weapon. A weapon that Destiny can make up. The people that in Bungie can make up as well. I'm not kidding, but this is what I didn't think of the first time. Now, the second time I came across it is that, why do we have these? I mean, yeah, they are all rifles. I mean, look at the difference. Abyss Defiant has the highest rate of fire, but also the impact on the weapon as well, a little bit higher than the Atheon's Epilogue. But stability is like higher than normal than the Atheon's Epilogue as well too. Same with the Monte Carlo. What was it with the Monte Carlo as well too? Since the Monte Carlo is higher than the Abyss Defiant. So that means these weapons right here, I mean, the purpose of being an auto rifle will be like somewhat of a assault rifle, but should have like a different variation. I mean, different type, weapon type as well too. Should have given the name SMG or something else. Like, I don't want to bring a Call of Duty or another game in this, but like we already had experience for Maz, and it had the name for mods as an assault rifle type, but the fire rate was so high in Battlefield 4 that I was thinking if it was an SMG type. Instead, it was named after an assault rifle because how much damage, how much close range fire rate it was to melt anyone, period. Especially when you go with shotgun range, that means you should be melted with one shot with the perk of a shotgun that is used in Destiny. Shot package or shot package and small bore, exactly. Now, the next thing I also came across was the grenade launchers, and I want to make this video a little bit more short. I'll just go quick into elaborating this. But grenade launchers, I have seen this a lot. Now, there are no grenade launchers in Destiny. We already know there's rocket launchers and machine guns. However, the Hive, the Hive also are enemies like the Fallen, the Cabal, and the Vex. They use grenade launchers, and you don't notice them, but matter of fact, the Cabal, I don't think that's the grenade launchers that they use. Actually, the Centron uses the grenade launcher, because they each have an ability where, here's the thing, now let me just go back into SMG. Like, these should have a purpose of being an SMG because of the high rate of fire and the purpose of being close range action. Close range combat, aka grenade launchers, because even though it might sound like newbie scrubbish to anyone, then again, it has to have that ability where you can't tap the weapon so fast. No, there should be a penalty on that, whereas we have to have the slow rate of fire to shoot a grenade round at any time. That means it has to have a weakness for a grenade launcher. SMG, it has to have a weakness for being SMG. Grenade launcher, the slow rate of fire on shooting a grenade out of the cannon itself. Get it? Grenade cannon? Get the joke? Grenade cannon? No? Okay. So yeah, it has to be the main purpose of being a grenade launcher because it has to have the slow rate of fire, and also, not to have the ability of having extreme damage, like the same blast rate as a rocket launcher, but something like half of a Gallahorn. Excuse me, half of a Gallahorn, half of the Ash Factory, if I'm right, because Ash Factory is like almost up max. Period. Now, that's when you discuss another thing to keep in mind is the bow and arrow. Now, I have not seen, even though this should be a specific weapon type in my variation in my head. Should we say like crossbow type weapons, or hybrid bow and arrow type weapons? There should be like a bow and arrow, but instead you have to, like in previous games, like any other game, if I should be specific, Call of Duty, what I would like to see something like that pop up in Destiny. Not like the overpowered, but like almost overused. Like the way how the function work, like how you have to reload the crossbow more often, like a little bit of a slow reload in there, but have some perks, like, or I'm not saying like flying around or looking in the chamber, but something like that will be able to function. Yes, like aggressive ballistics in there, or smart drift control, but not high caliber rounds. But how about something like a different perk? It's something including like an side crossbow or a side bow and arrow, like something that I would like to see. The Dorn is like an arrow type weapon. Don't get me wrong, it uses like arrows a bit, if I'm right, but it burns damage as well too. The crossbow, it's not exactly, the Dorn is not exactly an arrow. It is an arrow, but it's a hand cannon made out of arrows. However, if we get like some sort of crossbow type weapon type in this game, it has to be something done. Like, it has to have that slow reload. Bow and arrow, slow reload. But the function where the perk can have a little bit of fast reload. And also keep in mind with perk that, like the Last Word or Hawk Moon, possibly looking in chamber maybe, but not shock package. Something that could be able to do a little bit more damage in multiplayer, but in the PvE experience, something that will bring out something very more fun and destructible to kill enemies off like that. So again, grenade launchers, that has to be a slow reload and a slow rate of fire where you have to deploy a grenade out of a cannon often, but not able to have that much damage, like have a half of the blast radius in the grenade itself. 1, 2, the SMG PDW. You have the 8,000 epilogue or the Monte Carlo. two of the fast fiery weapons that I heard was seen in Destiny. That would need to be into a PW SMG type weapon, because it will have to be done in close range or medium range combat. Most likely close range if I'm right. Like shotgun range if I'm right. And last but not least, the bow and arrow, or should we say crossbow type. They're not the same really, they're just different. Crossbow is like you put the arrow in the gun. It's a gun base. Bow and arrow, you have to charge the weapon. Crossbow, you don't have to charge it at all. Basically, those two are the thing. You would need a slow reload type. One or the other. Crossbow, slow. Crossbow. Bow and arrow, slow reload. The crossbow, almost a slow reload, but same thing. But the difference between these two have to have some sort of ballistics, soft control. Iron sights would need to be developed as well too. Not in the bow and arrow, but perks as well need to be discussed. Like something that could be able to damage a little bit more, or like final round or luck in the chamber. But that's up to you guys. Do you want to see something like a bow and arrow coming in Destiny? Would you like to see a sword coming in Destiny? Since I didn't discuss that one yet. Would you like to see a grenade launcher or a SMG PW type weapon, or actually gun types come into Destiny? Or actually should be changed in Destiny if I'm right. Let me know in the comment section below, because I am just wondering if these things will come into the next DLC. I mean, these weapons, like the 8,000 log and Monte Carlo, are fast in the fire rate. They can possibly melt. Well, actually possibly melt, not long, but me in the close range started to hear that. But this is my opinion, because I seen him in the Charles Osiris and the Iron Banner, but it's just a pain to see that. But guys, you know, I'm just so excited to see the Monte Carlo how it looks so far, like an SMG type weapon. But guys, my name is Straight Over the Lord, or Straight Over the Way. I'm gonna be out. I'll see all you guys later. Hope you did enjoy the video, because if you did, then give it a like, and I'll see you guys later.